Today I'm with Panteon. Panteon in English means what? Cemetery.
Some of the either cemetery or graveyard.
Graveyard. And how old are you, Panteon?
I am 30.
Are you out here currently homeless on the streets?
I'm currently homeless.
Or any battling any addictions?
Methamphetamine.
Uh, Blues, counterfeit fentanyl pills are very prevalent out here. How do you stay away from not using blues?
Um, I tend to here and there, but what keeps me from actually doing it, like full head on doing it, is me. I see some of my homies that, you know, they took a toll on my homies, and they were good people, and I never thought to see them like that. So that's what keeps me from actually going too deep in them.
What's the biggest difference between meth and blues?
Upper and downer.
You kind of prefer being up.
Up.
So meth, I know that these counterfeit fentanyl pills, blues, they're like $5 per pill. Like, how much do you spend like for meth? How are they sold? Are they sold in bags and pills? How do those?
Um, to be honest, I don't buy drugs. You know, 'cause I mean I don't have a job or anything like that, and for me to come up with some money is kind of hard for me.
And how long have you been homeless?
Um, Probably like 2 years.
Does your family know you're out here currently battling homelessness and addiction?
Um, I think they get an idea of it. I don't think they really think that I'm like full on homeless, but yeah, they get an idea of what I'm in situation I'm in.
There's lots of resources, treatment centers, homeless like shelters for homeless folks. A lot of people ask me like, why don't they go to those resources? Like a homeless shelter. And then I'll ask some folks, and they'll say, "Oh, there's too many rules at a homeless shelter. Sometimes you go, there's no long wait lines. Sometimes there's no bed." Uh, has that been your experience?
Um, yes and no. Like sometimes, like I know there's a lot of help out there. You know what I mean? And for one, like we don't know what the resources or like we just. I mean, there is a lot of rules and such, but I mean, like, when you're out here in the streets, you hardly ever sleep. As far as with me, you know what I'm saying? Like, you don't really sleep, so I really only a shelter.
Where'd you sleep last night?
I didn't.
You just haven't slept. Is that like a safety for safety? You try not to sleep, or just so up that you don't sleep at all?
Both.
Both. Any type of like safety issues as far as like assaults, people trying to steal your stuff when you do go to sleep?
Well, I mean, I think everybody has that problem, even if you're not homeless. You know what I'm saying? There's people that break into houses and assault people. So I think we all run that risk. You know what I mean?
There's probably a greater risk when you're out in the streets, though. Probably, right? Would you say that? Because nobody's broken into my home, nobody's assaulted me in my home, thankfully. But when people are out here, there tends to be a little bit more violence because you're exposed to it.
I think it's because like again, like I said about everybody runs that risk. If you put yourself in that situation, then you're in that situation. I mean, I've been homeless for about like 2 years. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I mean, I got once I got jumped. You know what I mean? But it's because I put myself in that situation. You know what I mean? So if I stay out of that situation and stay away from people and such things like that, then you know what I'm saying? Like I haven't even gotten in a fight in a long time. You know?
So this is how you've been for the past 2 years. What do the next 2 years look like for you?
I do see myself out of the streets. Uh, back then I used to be like, man, when is this gonna end, you know? But now I see it's like I feel it real close. Like I'm not. It's not a question of when. It's more like it's like any because I do want to go to treatment. I do want to go to rehab and get some help because I am tired of this. I don't want to do drugs no more. You know, and I want to start making some money. You know.
What do you think's holding you back from going to treatment?
Myself, you know, pretty much. To be honest, I do have help. You know what I mean, I recently just, I'm starting to get more support from my family, and I'm just, I think I'm gonna, like any day now, I'm just gonna go get some treatment and see how that goes.
When's the last time you saw your family, like your mom? Do you see them regularly?
No. It's been a while since I've seen them.
Do you miss them?
Yeah. I miss my mom and my dad.
If they see this video, any message for them?
Shoot. I'll be, you know, I might have been homeless, I might have been a drug addict, but, you know what I mean, I'm still the same person, if not stronger. I'm a stronger person, and, you know, like, I didn't let the streets change me, you know what I mean, I still have my morals and values, you know, like, so that being said.
Deep down, you're still a good person. You're just currently lost right now in this addiction, and you're trying to find your way out of it. So you know, don't get too down on yourself, and hopefully you do help yourself by just saying, you know what, I'm sick of this. This is my rock bottom. I miss my family so much. I'm ready to go get help. You know, because you and I both know there's lots of help out there. You mentioned you do have support. You're getting more and more support. It's you, right? You're holding yourself back, and you want to go to work. You start making money. Great. You have goals, right? Because a lot of people they don't think that way. I don't hear them say that, you know. So you're starting to think about the future, but you already know what's holding you back. So I think that's progress in and of itself right there, right? So your family should be proud of you that you're thinking forward, and you know, maybe they'll be seeing you back home soon, right?
Sooner or later.
Any advice for young people out there?
Stay in school.
Stay in school.
Don't do drugs. Listen to what the people who love you got. If somebody who loves you, they're gonna want the best for you. So just listen to them. Listen to everything they have to say. Do exactly as you're told by them, and don't look at it as something that oh this sucks. No, actually, because your life will end up being better.
Any advice for parents that they have rebellious children, teenagers at that age where, you know, they're starting to lose them a little bit to friends? Any advice that you can give them?
Yes, one. When it comes to like adolescents, people in their teens, like, you gotta be more cool than being a parent. You know what I mean? Because if you're too, you know what I mean, they're gonna hold off, be standoffish, guard. You know, they're gonna be in a guarded mode. So be cool with them. Like if they're doing drugs, like, don't encourage it, but tell them to do it at home. You know what I mean? Because at least, you know what I mean, they'll be home safe. And to be honest with you, and don't be so like bitchy, or, you know what I mean, like. Tell them that, honestly, like, if they tell their kids not to do drugs, they're gonna listen. You know what I mean, like, just always be there for them. You know what I mean? Because that's where like the whole everything fucks up. I mean, messes up. But yeah, just don't like. I don't know. Like, I think the best thing to do is just be cool and trust your kids. Like, too. Like, don't assume things. You know what I mean? Like, sometimes you gotta let them. You know what I mean? Mess up so they'll learn. I mean, like, if you're a good parent and you know it, then trust your parenting too. Like, don't you should trust your kids and trust yourself and how you taught your kids. Because sometimes if you tend to assume and try to be too much of it, like, it's not cool, and then that's when people start to be more rebellious.
Yeah, great advice from somebody that knows it's living out here, and so appreciate you talking to the youth and the parents out there. Thank you very much for sharing your story. I'm gonna hand you a goodie bag. I'm gonna hand you a goodie bag that I just dropped. So donated by one of my subscribers. It has toiletries and also get you some lunch. It's been donated by my subscribers. So Panteon, thank you very much for talking to me. I really appreciate you. I'm gonna give you my card with my number in case you need to write a treatment or need somebody to talk to. Okay. So thank you. Stay safe, and we'll talk soon.